Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Thursday, April 9th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a couple of the yen pairs. Starting off as the dollar index, as always, because that basically tells us what to do on the dollar pairs themselves. So I was looking at this morning, and I was still kind of wondering if it's possible that we're in a wave 4 right now because I do see one, two, three, four, and five waves right there. Maybe this is the wave 3. Maybe this is one, two, three down, one, two, three up, and then one, two, three down for either a WXY or a 335 pattern like a regular flat. Either way, it does have that wave 4 look to it, so there is a possibility that this thing does turn right back up. I think we're either in a wave 4 and we're getting ready to go up and make a wave 5, or we're in a wave B right now. If we're in a wave B right now, that definitely does change things because potentially it would go up, but the move up would be a pullback to the move down, probably end up looking something like this for an a B, and a C of B. Either way, I think there is a chance that eventually we are going to lead to another push to the upside on the dollar. So going down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I mean, all the dollar pairs do kind of look like they're in a wave 4 right now. So we do have to be aware that we might get another push down. So one, two, three, four, and perhaps another push down for like a wave 5. Maybe end up looking something like this for like a wave 5. So definitely need to keep an eye out for that. I would keep my Fibonacci retracement on here, and I would definitely be looking at these Fib levels as possible areas of resistance. If it really is a wave 4, then it might only go to like the 38 or possibly the 50% Fibonacci retracement. Before it ends up pushing down again. So let's keep this analysis in mind while we look at all the other dollar pairs. So starting off on the euro dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Now the wave 4 analysis makes a lot of sense on the US dollar, on the euro dollar. So the wave 4 analysis on the US dollar index makes a lot of sense on the euro dollar because we're sitting right at the 100% Fibonacci extension. This definitely does look like a possible one, two, three-way pullback for a wave forward. It definitely looks like it could end up leading to a pretty decent move to the downside for a wave 5. So let's keep that in mind. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, all the dollar pairs look like they need to make a wave 5 on the 1 hour. They look like a wave 1, they look like a wave 2, looks like a wave 3, looks like it possibly is a wave 4 right now. And looks like it maybe needs to go up again for a wave 5. So be aware that we might end up getting one more push up. But if you are like a short time frame trader, you are trading like below the 1 hour time frame, we definitely do have a breaker structure. I would probably be recommending shorts if you're a short time frame trader. And if you're looking for shorts and it never breaks structure to the upside at a fib level, but instead it just keeps making lower lows, lower highs, and you would just keep on looking for shorts, and eventually it would break structure, and you would know that this really is the end of a wave 4 on the daily time frame. So moving on to the pound dollar, very similar to the euro dollar as always. They're very, very correlated. You know, the wave 4 analysis makes a lot of sense on the pound dollar also, in my opinion. You know, it definitely went up and it broke this structure, and then it pulled all the way back to the 78%. Then maybe now, over the next day or so, we're going to start a wave 5 to the downside, and that would be the completion of this whole move down. So, taking it down to the 1 hour time frame. Just like the euro dollar, I mean, it kind of looks like it's missing a wave 5 on the 1 hour time frame, but we need to be a little cautious about this because it may not even actually do it. If it does, you know, bounce at the 38, go up and break structure, it's probably going to go up and make a wave 5. A wave 5 on the 1 hour time frame is not really all that desirable sometimes because, you know, by the time you get in, it's probably right here. By the time you get out, it's probably like right here. So definitely a few pips to possibly be made. Now, if it doesn't break up at a fib level, but just instead just keeps on making lower lows, lower highs, then you know we definitely do have a breaker structure to the downside on the 1 hour. So if you are a short time frame trader, you would be looking for shorts. And if it never breaks to the upside at a fib level, you would never stop looking for shorts, and you would just continue to look for shorts every single chance you get. So that's how you make money without actually knowing what's going to happen next. So going to the Aussie dollar, back up to the daily time frame. The Aussie dollar definitely doesn't look like a wave forward like the other ones. I mean, to be honest with you, the Aussie dollar kind of looks like it might have ended an expanding pattern. So we'll see. I mean, if the other ones are wave 4, the other ones are going to go down, then this one is obviously going to go down also. But as of right now, I mean, the market is definitely telling us to look for longs, and it really has that 1, 2, 3 look to it. I mean, and we might think that it's a wave 4, we might think it's just going to make a wave 5, but then it just keeps on going up because it might be the end of a crescent on the daily. So going to the 1 hour time frame, if one of the dollar pairs is going to do it, then pretty much all of them are going to do it. Potentially here's your 1, here's your 2, here's your 3. Maybe it's going to go to the 38%, break up, and then make a wave 5. And like I said, maybe it's not even a wave 5. Maybe it's just a subdivision of a much, much bigger uptrend. Now, like I was saying, it's all relative to what time frame you're trading, because if you are a super short time frame trader, this time frame is definitely making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. If it continues to make lower highs, then there's really no reason to go long, right? You would just continue to go short every single chance you get on shorter time frames. If it does go to a fib level and then break to the upside, you would just simply stop looking for shorts and go back to looking for longs. Moving on to the US dollar CAD. Dollar CAD is very similar. I mean, it kind of looks like it potentially needs another push down on the 1 hour, but you go all the way up to the daily and you're like, oh man, this thing is really close to getting ready to go up. It looks like a 1, 2, it looks like a 3, it looks like it needs a 4, and it looks like it potentially is going to go up again for a wave 5. All these dollar pairs really do have that wave 4 look to them, so when they all look like that, that does give you a little bit of extra confidence that that probably is what's going on. Now, going down to the 1 hour, like I said, they all kind of look like they need to make that wave 5. 1, 2, 3, maybe a wave 4. Maybe it will pop up a little more, but it kind of seems like it potentially could go down for a wave 5. Now, just like the other pairs, it's all relative to what time frame you're trading, because if you are trading the super short time frames, you're probably looking for longs right now because it is making higher lows, and it definitely does have a break on maybe like the 30-minute time frame to the upside. And if you're looking for logs and it just keeps on going up, then great. If you're looking for logs and it goes to a fib level and then turns back down, then great. You would just go back to looking for shorts again. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily time frame. Dollar Swiss is very similar to the dollar CAD. I mean, it really looks like this is a wave 4 right here. Really seems like it needs to go up again, give a nice solid break of structure, potentially for a wave 5. So we are definitely looking at all these moves as possibly wave 4s on the dollar pairs. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, every single one of them on the 1 hour looks like they need to make another little push down though. So I don't think we are really quite ready for big longs yet on the dollar. It might end up doing something like this, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pattern. So, maybe this is just an A, B, C of 4, then it ends up pushing down for a wave 5. Just like the other dollar pairs, though, it's very relative to what time frame you're trading, because if you are trading the super short time frames, like the 15-minute, 1 minute, 5 minute time frames, then you're probably looking for longs until you get a break to the downside at a Fibonacci retracement level. Now moving on to gold, back up to the daily time frame. I was still suspecting that gold might end up going up more, but I mean it definitely does have that 5 wave look to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it definitely could end up going down here and breaking structure. Even if it does go down here and break structure, it's probably just going to be a pullback to the last move and then eventually end up doing something like this. I would expect this to make some sort of 3 waves, maybe for the wave A right now, or maybe when this is the A and then it makes a wave B, and then it goes up and makes a wave C. So either way, we're definitely still looking for logs based on the daily time frame. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, yesterday I was saying if it breaks up at a Fibonacci level, then go long, and it never did. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. I always try to make it clear that it's very relative to what time frame you're trading. I don't even have the short time frames on my chart. I do not look at anything below the 30-minute. But if you are trading the very short time frames and the market is making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs on the 1 hour, then you would obviously be looking for shorts on like the 5 minute to 1 minute time frame. If it goes up and breaks structure, then you would stop looking for shorts and you would start looking for longs because the higher time frame is technically still in an uptrend. If it doesn't break structure and it just goes up and rejects structure and then just keeps on pushing down with the lower lows, lower highs, then you would just simply continue to look for shorts every single chance you get. Definitely don't overcomplicate it. I mean, it can be much more simple than you make it out to be. Moving down to the US dollar yen. US dollar yen to me looks like it's going to keep going up. I think there's a very good likelihood that the dollar yen is going to go up and hit this target zone right here, which is right around the 161. This is a Fibonacci level on the weekly time frame that never got hit, and I think that it is going to get hit. I think it's going to end up doing something like that. this very much looks like an ABC pullback to me. So I think the US dollar yen is going to keep going up. I was long on this pair, but I got out before I went to sleep last night. So I got out someplace around here before I went to sleep. But definitely a very good trade. Now that we have a bigger structure to the upside on the 1 hour, I would definitely be looking to go long on all these little pullbacks. I wouldn't be trying to go long right this minute because obviously we are in the middle of an impulsive move. And I would also be keeping a very close eye on these Fibonacci retracement levels because those should be areas of resistance. But if it's going to continue the trend, they might just be areas where the market makes a pullback and then later on just continues the uptrend. So definitely looking for longs on the dollar yen. Moving on to the euro yen on the daily time frame. See here, euro yen daily. Euro yen is definitely still very bullish. This 100% Fibonacci extension was the area that I was potentially watching, but just like the other yen pairs, there's no proof whatsoever on the very high time frames that this is going down. This thing could go up to any one of these fib levels, and it could even go up and take out the previous highs. So until we actually see some proof that it's going down, we are definitely still bullish. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, this is a very nice little pullback right here. The only problem for me is that it happened at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's a perfect impulsive down. Wave A, 3 waves up, wave B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, wave C. Nice little break to the upside on maybe like the 30-minute time frame. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Now, my next big area of resistance is this 123, which is right around the 185.8 area. So definitely still very bullish. Definitely still looking for longs on every single pullback you see. Wouldn't be trying to go long right now, but I definitely would be trying to go long at every time I see it go down. Any one of these little pullbacks would have been a chance for me to continue to go long. And moving on to the pound yen, very similar to the dollar, the euro yen, that is. I've been saying for a while now that I think that the pound yen's going to take out this high, which it's getting very close to doing. After it takes out that high, then I think we need to keep an eye out for a possible reversal. But we can't assume that it's going to reverse. I mean, it could take out the high, make a pullback, and just keep on going. The trend is your friend, and if the trend is up, then there's no reason to do anything but look for longs that sort of time phase, in my opinion. Definitely wouldn't be trying to go long now. There was a beautiful entry in the Asian session last night. There was a beautiful entry over here, which this is actually the trade that I took right here. And there's been some really good trades all along the way. Right now, I wouldn't be trying to go long. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short, but I definitely would be patiently waiting for more pullbacks in order to go long again. Because of the higher time frames, I would for sure be looking for longs, like I said, but only on pullbacks. Unfortunately, right now the strategy is to be patiently waiting for another pullback in order to go long again. So anyways, don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you want to be part of a great trading community on Discord and follow along with all my trades. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.